You guys want to hear something hysterical? It actually is funny. Don't you go in that stuff, Homer. This isn't the funny thing, but I bought, not this brand, but a different brand of cottage cheese that I buy all the time, and I actually bought it at one store, and it was delicious. Bought it in another store on a different occasion, and it was dated 2 days from that date, so it hadn't expired yet, so the store wasn't doing anything wrong, but it was sour. And you know what? When I'm paying over $5 for something, I sure as fuck am going to return it. And I had planned to have it for dinner that night with chips, organic chips, and I wound up having it with the chips with sour cream. All this shit's expensive. That's where all my money's going. And seriously, I bet you when I finally figure out all my money, I'm going to find out that that's where it all went to. With the organic stuff. But I don't generally buy stuff this expensive. I mean, this costs like over $5 for this bag. But looks like it's organic raw stuff, and kale chips are expensive. Raw kale chips, I bought a different brand when I was living with Joe, and he buys them too, and they're like almost $5 a bag. And that was at the co-op. There's actually a co-op here in Massachusetts, but I've never been to it. Unfortunately, where I'm living, I'm like limited to supermarkets. You can get organic stuff, you know, probably cheaper than supermarkets, you know, in non-supermarket places. I'm limited by no car, and this tiny bit of this dropped, you know, I might eat it, but I thought you were going to tell us something funny. It was. I made soup again. I couldn't fit it in the containers, and I actually had it sitting on the stove, but I heated it up every day and cooled it down, and then I tried it from both pots, because it was like on the stove for like 6 days out of the fridge, and how I look at that is, like pies and stuff, they're cooked, the soup is cooked, and yeah, you're supposed to refrigerate it, but it wasn't open. It's not like I lifted the lid all the time, and I don't know. Sometimes I think people exaggerate about how easily you can get sick, but in any case, I risked it, and before like blending it up and putting it in the fridge, I tasted from both pots. I'm like, if I'm going to get sick, I make sure my mom doesn't eat it and get sick, you know. I didn't get sick, so nothing happened. And then, how I look at it is, they say you're supposed to refrigerate everything, but how come cakes and pies that you make homemade can be left out, like, as long as you keep it covered for like a week, you know? They don't have to go in the refrigerator. In the olden days, they didn't even refrigerate stuff. It's not like it was hot in the house or anything, you know? It wasn't like, well, I've done that before with that soup because I was too lazy to blend it up. And plus it has to cool down, and I just turn it on, heat it up, and then it takes hours and hours to cool down, and I think in the past I've only left it out for a couple days. This time it was like 6 days. And mine was on other things, more important. And you're like, well, you took a risk eating that. Yeah, I know. But it had so many expensive organic vegetables in it and whatnot, I don't want to throw it away. And deep down, I just don't, I just don't think that you can get sick that easily by not refrigerating stuff. I just don't believe it. You know what I mean? Anyway. Now we're going to talk about something funny. And then I'm going to go watch Big Bang Theory. I want to laugh. I watched The Fault in Our Stars this afternoon. Now I want to laugh. Yesterday, in my mom's front lawn, was a mushroom like this big, like small, right? Check this out, people. Today, this morning, when I took him out real early in the morning, and of course I brought him up to it, and he went like that with it. I mean, I'm not obviously making sure he doesn't eat it. I'm sure they're not poisonous, but I don't want to risk it. I hope they're not poisonous, considering they're in the yards, you know. Anyway, the thing grew just overnight, and it grew like huge, like to this, maybe the size of my head or something. I mean, bigger even than Omar's head. It grew huge, like that big, I guess bigger, smaller than my head, but still huge. And I'm laughing at it. I just thought it was hysterical. And Omar goes crazy because he doesn't know what it is. It's like this big thing in the ground. It's bigger than any other mushroom I've seen on my mom's lawn or anywhere. You know, it was huge. It just grew huge. I don't know why. So today, I got tired of looking at it, or got tired of Omar getting all. I just wanted to be destructive or whatnot, and I kicked it. I kicked this damn mushroom, and I found, you know, mushrooms, I thought it's attached to the ground. It's not. It just crumbles, like, easily. You know, so that's my story. It's not the best story, but, you know. I felt like having some treats, but I can't do this on a regular basis. It's too expensive. These are like $5 something. This is Nature's Promise, which is Stubborn brand, so it's not as expensive as the Horizon Organic or whatever I usually get. And then I got these things. Every once in a blue moon I get these. I've gotten them dark chocolate coconut, and this is dark chocolate ginger. They are fucking $5.29 for this little thing. But that's what you pay for organic chocolate, because like a chocolate bar, you know. Joe and I at the co-op, they weren't on sale. Occasionally they were on sale, but we were paying $4.29 something for that chocolate bar. You know, organic stuff is expensive. But I got a really bad cold on Thursday, a couple of weeks ago, and by Sunday I was feeling better. So make of that what you will. That hasn't happened to me in the past. Getting that fucking shelter in 2012 and fucking couldn't get better. I kept lingering on, and I couldn't get antibiotics, and stronger antibiotics. So Omar's going to the vets tomorrow. And I'm a drowned rat. Gonna go watch The Big Bang Theory. My one's from the library, you know, where I can just watch. It's awesome. Just like when we were getting, you know, my mom and I a couple so years ago were getting the Two and a Half Men with Charlie Sheen, and we were just watching endlessly from Netflix, watching them. This even the library's even better because you get it all at once. You get the whole season in one fell swoop.